Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome all of you to my YouTube channel T. Mustajir. Today I am going to discuss about the treatment of child psychology in games at Twilight by Anita Deshai. Games at Twilight is a wonderful creation by the great living Indian writer Anita Deshai. She was living in Mussoorie and she was a very famous Indian writer. The story has an Indian setting and children are at the center of it. Ravi, though cannot be regarded as the protagonist of the story, is at the center. The events of the story deals with some Indian children's game. It explores the psychology of a child's world. Ravi's participation is a simple game of hide and seek, leaves him feeling isolated and abandoned at the end of the story. In the story, Games at Twilight, a peaceful game of hide and seek turns into an unforgettable nightmare for the little boy, Ravi. The story deals with child psychology. The theme of the story deals with children's play, a popular game of hide and seek. This a very simple theme. Raghu is the seeker and the Ravi was one of the hiders. He takes the trouble of hiding in a dark shade. Hiding in it, he rejoices at the thought of tasting victory. Though he is scared of crawling creatures, he continues to sit there, determined to be declared the champion. But he stays in the shade for a fairly long period with the result that his friends forget about him. He is given a cold treatment when he appears before them. When the thrill of being a record breaker is denied to him, he starts crying and howling. No one is willing to acknowledge his victory. This hurts him and makes him feel cheated. Yes, students, at this point, the writer makes a deep study of child psychology and a child's powerful reaction when he feels cheated of his victory and honor. When he feels cheated of his victory and honor, remember this. Ravi feels hurt when his playmates rob him of his well-earned glory and victory. Ravi feels crazed, fallen, and his heart is heavy and sad with the disgrace of being forgotten. In the story, the author explores different aspects of child psychology at different stages of the game. Every child loves winning and he is highly elated when he sees a possible victory in prospect. Ravi, the little protagonist of the story, feels endless sensation as he dupes Raghu, the antagonist, Ravi, the antagonist. In the game of hide and seek, he even congratulates his own self on his success. Ravi shook, then shivered with delight, with self-congratulation. Ravi becomes delighted beyond expression and he starts dreaming of being hated as the champion in the game. Ravi's dream is also a child's dream. He has never tasted the sensation of victory at all. Now, at the prospect of a great victory, he for the first time feels the sensation. But his imagination does not go beyond the boundary of a child. He starts comparing his possible success with getting a whole lump of chocolate or riding a soda man's pony. The author vividly records the sensation of the little child What fun if they were all found and caught? He alone left unconquered. He had never known that sensation. Nothing more wonderful had ever happened to him than being taken and by an uncle and bought a whole slab of chocolate all to himself, or being flung into the soda man's pony cart and driven up to the gate by the friendly driver with the red bear pointed ears. To defeat Raghu, that hirsute horse voiced a football champion, and to be winner in a circle of older, bigger, luckier children, that would be thrilling beyond imagination. He hugged his knees together and smiled to himself almost shyly at the thought of so much victory, such laurels. In Games at Twilight, the author shows how a child feels when he sees a victory in prospect and how he reacts to that unknown sensation. The end is very painful for the little boy, Ravi. He is not recognized as the winner. Rather, he receives intolerable humiliation for all. At this point, the author records how a child to whom victory matters utmost reacts when his dream is shattered. Ravi goes crazy for his victory and he starts howling to gain his ground. Though he is silenced by the imposing Raghu, he cannot stop feeling bad and frustrated. Ravi feels so raised and upset that he loses that mental strength of joining another game. The ending of the story quite vividly delves into the heart of the little protagonist. The psychological aspects of a child's heart are unearthed through the simple game of hide and seek. The simple game of hide and seek turns to be a nightmare, indeed, to the little boy Ravi. Through the game and the inner feelings of the little child, after the game, the writer has dexterously explored the inner world of a child, how he feels when he sees a great honor in his eyes in prospect, and how he feels when his dream is shattered and he is deprived of the recognition he deserves. The narrative of the story dives deep into the inner unexplored recesses of Ravi's heart and brings into light the pangs and frustration that are created there from the terrible sense of insignificance. It is this treatment of child psychology that renders the story a unique flavor of its own. Dear students, there are so many characters here. The mother, the motherly Meena, Ravi, Raghu, and so others. They all are played a very important role here. Their motherly Meena, she was trying all the best to the other participants. At first, the mother who were forbidding the child to go outside because the outside was too hot. Mussoorie in Delhi is a so hot place, and at the daytime, as you noticed in the opening of the story, the dogs were laying like a dead one. The squirrels were laying like a dead one. They were very thirsty. They were very tired because of the hot weather that was in the outside, and mother was forbidding all of them to go outside first, but they were praying to their mother, they were asking, they were begging, and at last the mother agreed that they can go outside, but they cannot go the cannot go uh, for a long. They only can go in the lawn, and they went there. They started playing hide and seek, and how Ravi was the victim because he achieved victory that was not recognized by the all. All were forgetting him, and he was feeling very lonely. He was feeling ignominy, and that was the theme of child psychology that Anita Deshai has very superbly done here. I hope this discussion will give you a lot of things to study. You just study, study, and study, and after that, you will get the full idea of how the child psychology works here, how Anita Deshai has painted it here. And after that, if you have any question, you can ask me. See you in the next class. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.